Hi guys, if you've watched my previous video you know that we've just done Yr Elen, which is up there, and this video we're now going to do Carnedd Dafydd, which is that way. So it's quite easy and clear weather to see the way from Yr Elen. You can see the path goes right the way around, so nothing really to see apart from the views, which we've already seen on our last video. So I'll update you when I get further along. Not really a ridge walk as such, gentle slopes on that side, but there's a bit of a drop on that side. Whoop. Bit rocky there. Not an easy path so far, but what this part of the rocks is all about. Been a great day for views. Because normally when I get on a mountain top, clouds come in, but fantastic today. Looks like oh yeah, path goes down the side of it. There we go, Puffin Island in the distance. Yr Elen that we just come from, and the mighty Trevan. Not much to see along here. Rocks and stones, and more rocks. But the path's easy enough to follow. There we go. I haven't filmed much because that's just basically a trudge from Yr Elen over the rocks, uneven ground. Nothing really to see. And this is the summit of Carnedd Dafydd. That's 3,425 feet. Stand up on that. Look at the views. Great day for views today. Look at that, and that's a 360. And then now we're going to go on to Carnedd Llewelyn. That's a great walk, a bit boring that bit over the rocks or over the ridge, but yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? I was looking back at the summit of Carnedd Dafydd. There's a little grassy path that goes down that way, but if it's a clear day you can see in the distance the cairns of stones and show you the path. And you just stick to the stones again. Let's open up to a different view on this side of the mountain. You can see, if it's clear, where the path goes. So I wouldn't like to do this in cloud though, unless you're really good with a map and compass and know what you're doing. Very easy to get lost up here, it just all looks the same. Keep going. Starting to look a bit more interesting now. Go over that ridge there. I can't remember the Welsh for it, but they call it the Black Ladder in English. A big drop there. Spectacular. Look at that. Have a closer look when we get a bit nearer. It'd be very easy to walk off the edge here in bad weather. It's just 1 minute you're on the path, and then so easy, just take a couple of steps off the path and you're gone. That is fantastic, that. You don't worry on this walk if you're scared of heights, because there's plenty of room to walk away from the edge. So the path goes along it, doesn't mean you have to follow it. Look at that view there. straight out to sea. Is any Welsh speakers watching? If you want to make a comment on the video and remind me what the Welsh words for the blackleaded are, I would appreciate that. Lovely. On we go. See, that's the way we've come down. Look at that. Not sure where that valley is. The ravens enjoying perching on the rocks there. Lovely path, this one. The view's opening up on that side now. This is spectacular. This is probably the nicest part of the walk, this, between Carnedd Dafydd and Carnedd Llewelyn. Look at that. Yeah, keep going. See the Carneddau ponies there in the distance. Semi-wild ponies. They look after themselves. I don't know whether you're supposed to go over those rocks, but there's a path that goes round them, so I've just followed that. There you go, looking straight down that valley now. I think it goes round and joins the Francombe Valley by the looks of it. And that's Carnedd Llewelyn in the distance, and that one over there next to it is Yr Elen. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that one or not, because you have to walk across to it and then retrace your steps, because you can't get down from there. So I'll see how I feel when I get there and see what the time is. Right, that's the way we've come. I don't know if there's a path through those rocks, but I dropped down and followed one a bit lower down. Very hard to follow in poor weather. You'd be hard pressed to find any sort of path, but we're heading the right direction, so you know if you which direction you go in, you'll find a way. And again, there doesn't seem to be much in the way of a path, but that's where we're headed, so we're going the right way. That's where we're going. Yeah. And that's the way we've come. Right in the distance you can see Carnedd Dafydd summit. Looks like this is probably about a 45 minute walk from Dafydd to Llewelyn. It doesn't look that far on the map, but it takes a bit of time. And there's a sort of a path of sorts now. Follow the lighter coloured rock and just stay near the edge, and you get where you're going. Look at that view now. You trip and end on. That's an exhilarating climb. First mountain I did, north face. Surprised I went back up a mountain after doing that. It's an interesting bit of a path. There you go. Look at that. And that reservoir down there, the path down past the reservoir, you can see it there, is the way home. Well, back to Ogwen Valley, down that way, so fair bit to go yet. Llewelyn first and then back down that way. There Yeah, that's the way we just come. And that's where we're going up there. There you go, we're on the way up Carnedd Llewelyn now. Very rocky, but the paths are clear with the small stones and the lighter coloured stones. That's the way we just come. That's the view. We'll carry on up here. That's just looking back the way we've come. Up there. And this is easiest path to follow. Stretching the old calves again after that Carneddau Wen climb. A few clouds about, but breaking up now. But getting a bit humid again. It's very warm walking up here. There we have it. Carnedd Llewelyn summit. Another bit of a slog up there. Carnedd Llewelyn, 3,490 feet. Second highest mountain in Wales after Snowdon. Carneddau again ridge is 4 feet higher, but not a standalone mountain, so this is the second highest mountain. So let's have a look at the views while I get my breath back. Oh, yeah, me. Nice view down there. And that's the actual summit cairn. Somebody's shoe on top of it. I think I'd noticed if I'd lost a shoe up here with all the rocks and stones about, but someone's managed it. Maybe they hopped down. Dunlop. No point moving it anywhere, it's visible there if someone comes back for it. Look at that view there now. That's Carnedd Dafydd that we came from before. Beautiful. Right, now I need to find a way back down. I want to go over that way somewhere. Let's have a look. Down there. Follow that ridge down and then cut down towards the reservoir. I'm just going to have a sit down and have a drink before I go down. That's quite humid and I need some liquid. That's it. Right guys, I've had a drink and I've had some jelly babies, a bit of a sugar rush. You've got to bite the heads off first. No other way of eating them. I've decided before I go down, I'm here and Yr Elen is over that way and you can't get to it from anywhere else, so if I don't do it now I'll probably never come back and do it. So sliding over a bit, but not too bad, so I'm going to do it. Yr Elen, and I'll film the path when you can see it from the top there. There we go, still on the top of Carnedd Llewelyn. Not sure what these rock formations are from over there. They look like ruins, but I think they're just rocks. A distance, like part of an old castle or something. Yeah, me. Yeah, I thought there were ruins from over there. It's just rock formations, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at that. And that's Yr Elen over there, so I head that way. I was talking to those two gents on Carneddau Wen, and then I've not seen them since. I just having a rest and a drink there. Just as I finished, they came up. But something really unusual, at the top of Carnedd Llewelyn, when I was having a drink, I saw a squirrel, a grey squirrel. Not a tree in sight for miles around, and a squirrel running over the rocks. So I have no idea how it got there or where it's going, but it obviously knows where it's going. But never ever expected to see a squirrel up here. Right, let's have a look for this path. I'm a bit wary of the clouds coming in. If it gets the clouds come in, this place looks like a nightmare. Let's see how far it is. Ah, there it is. It's a bit of a trek. Ah, seems to be a path going further around there. That a few people going along a path there. I'll drop down to that. That's Yr Elen in the distance. We'll give it a shot. So if you did it, I came down that way, but there's an easier path. Just follow it round from where the summit cairn is. Stay to the right, and you'll find this path. It goes down. Puffin Island out there. And that. Stunning views. Looks like you're coming to a sheer drop here, but there's a path apparently connects the two. If I don't do it, I'll only regret it. I can't remember the exact height of Yr Elen, but it is if I remember rightly, it is another 3,000er, so we'd have to miss it. There's the path down there. There's Carnedd Dafydd. Looks great from here. That's the way we're just coming, and a bit of a drop on that side. Whoa, where are we going? Oh, a bit like Red D this. A lake down there. Oh. Yeah, a bit more climbing to do, and on the way back that's a bit of a horrible path, loose slate. Looks like it gets easier from here. Can't believe the views I've had today. Had some cloud around, but it's been high clouds, so the peaks have been visible all day. Yeah. Legs are getting tired now. That's when you've got to take extra care on loose rock. Start stumbling and tripping over rocks. Not too bad though. Ooh. Interesting. And there we have it, Yr Elen, Carnedd Dafydd, where we just come from, all over that rocky path there. You can't get to this from anywhere else unless you do proper rope mountain climbing. I think that's the summit cairn. Not sure whether that's the highest point or whether that rock is there, but might as well go to it and see the view while I'm here. Oh, absolutely roasting now. Puffin Island. That's it. And that's the highest point. The Menai Strait, Anglesey. Look at that all round view. Oh, now I've got to walk all the way back over there. Anyway, I won't get too near the edge. Fantastic. Right. Back up that way then. How do I know that this slate path is going to be worse going up than it was coming down? Can't stop looking at that view. Oh well, we've got to do it. Yep, definitely harder coming back. That's a good climb there. Still not at the top. But sun's out now. A really light breeze. It keeps the heat off too much, but it is warm. Oh, wrecked now. Look at that. It's all worth it for them views. There we are, back towards the summit of Carnedd Llewelyn. So, if you're thinking of doing the Yr Elen walk, it's about an hour, half hour each way to walk there and back. It's quite a steep climb coming back up. So I think my legs are going to report me for abuse. Let's back to the summit and then I'll make my way down the other side. There we go, so we just dropped over from the summit. There's some black clouds coming in now, but looks okay around them, so hopefully make it back to the car before the rain comes in. So make this up as I go along now, because not been this way before. Yeah, used to follow that ridge down there and then cut down to the reservoir, and then you can walk back to the main road, and then it's about 2.5 miles back to the van. So not sure what mileage you've done today. I'll check it later on when I've finished, but it's got to be a good 9 or 10er. And that first bit of Carnedd Dafydd being straight up, bit of a killer on the legs today. Yeah, this is the boring bit, all the rocks, but the views are still stunning. And that's the reason you come up the Carneddau, is the views. So not worth coming when the weather's bad. And the only get out of that is exercise and achy legs. But when it's a clear day, it's well worth coming. Nice little view down there. There's a light reflecting on the lake, on the reservoir. Pain, these rocky paths. That view. Once you get over those rocks, the floor becomes, the path becomes just a bit of a track, stony and grassy. They're a lot easier to walk on, but that initial bit down is full of rocks. You have to be careful on your footing there. But, not too far now. Reservoir is just down behind that dip there, and you can see the road next to it that we need to go back down. So, keep going. Yeah, that's the path we've been following down, and it looks like that's the way we're going. But look at the view here.
It's almost a bit of an overhang, isn't it?
I don't want to get too close to that one. So the reservoir is down that way somewhere, so need to find somewhere where the path goes down to it. This is not an easy path to follow. You can see the lighter bits of stone, but it just gets lost among the rocks. But that's where we're going, down there, and eventually down there. So keep going. Full-on scramble getting down here, and then once we get to that path there, we can drop down there, back to the road, back to the A5. But a bit of a real good scramble, this. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's a proper full-on climb down that. Facing the wall and lowering yourself down carefully. Looks like the rest of it's okay though. Woo! Look at them views. Nice drop down there. Make our way down this lot. Right, so we get here, the path carries on up there, but we've got to go down here. No respite for the legs yet. We'll drop down on that path, and then the other side of the reservoir, follow the road back to the main road. There we go then. There we go, that's the way we've come. I've not filmed much down there because it's so steep. You just have to be careful. Now pretty much evened out, and the road's over there, and then we got about about a 3-mile walk back to the car. Happy days. But a cracking day so far. That reservoir is quite low. Right guys, you follow that path down, it then becomes a bit grassy, a bit swampy, but then it brings you to the access road. So just follow it back to the A5 and then turn right for Ogden Cottage. It's about 3 miles from here, I think. Uh-oh, dead end. When you hit the road, you turn left, not right, and it curls round and goes that way. Uh-oh, cows. I don't like the way one of them's looking at me. I've not been filming anything because there's nothing to see, just walking down a road. It's in Ogden, over there, where we're heading for. I just hope I can get past these cows. Oh, he's staring at me with that, 2 of them. Oh well, we'll give it a go. Easy does it. all clear. There you go, that's the end of the access road. That's a real slog, that real steep downhill. If you do it the other way around, it's a bit of a slog at the beginning uphill. No path. Back to the car now. There's Trivan, and we're just parked on the other side of that. Right, there's a horrible route along the road. I'm pretty sure that I could have cut back across the ridge from when you come down from Carnedd to Llewelyn, across that ridge and come down somewhere there by Llyn. If I do it again, I'd attempt that next time rather than this road walk, which is horrible. Okay guys, back at the car. 11.5 miles that was altogether today, up Yr Elen, across to Carnedd Dafydd, Carnedd Llewelyn, Yr Elen, back to Carnedd Llewelyn, and then back down to the reservoir, and 3.5 mile it was in the end, back along all the roads. That spoiled it a little bit at the end, but it's a cracking walk. If you're watching on YouTube, it's probably split into 3 videos, so Yr Elen will be the first one. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.